let's get started. Today's echo is, what is this? Right? So, I've been reading in the book of Mark, and I get to Mark chapter 1, verse 27, and I read this, right? The people were all so amazed that they asked each other, "What is this? A new teaching and with authority. He even gives orders to evil spirits and they obey him." News about him spread quickly over the whole region of Galilee. Now, I read that and I thought, wait a minute. I've heard this same, "What is this?" before. And that's when I heard the echo. I heard the echo coming from Exodus chapter 16, verse 15. And it goes like this. When the Israelites saw it, they said to each other, "What is it?" For they did not know what it was. Moses said to them, "It is the bread the Lord has given you to eat." And then it hit me. What is it? It's the bread that the Lord has given you to eat. And then right before the echo left, I heard it one last time, but coming from John chapter 6, verse 25 to verse 40. And that says, when they found him on the other side of the lake, they asked him, "Rabbi, when did you get here?" Jesus answered, "I tell you the truth. You are looking for me not because you saw a miraculous sign, but because you ate the loaves of bread and had your fill. Do not work for food that spoils, but for food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you. On him, God the Father has placed his seal of approval." Then they asked him, "What must we do to do the works God requires?" Jesus answered, "The work of God is this, to believe in the one he has sent." So they asked him, "What miraculous sign, then, will you give, that we may see it and believe you? What will you do? Our forefathers ate the manna in the desert, as it is written, 'He gave them bread from heaven to eat.'" Jesus said to them, "I tell you the truth. It is not Moses who has given you the bread from heaven, but it is my Father who gives you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of God is he who comes down from heaven and gives life to the world." "Sir," they said, "from now on, give us this bread." Then Jesus declared, "I am the bread of life. He who comes to me will never go hungry, and he who believes in me will never be thirsty. But as I told you, you have seen me, and still you do not believe. All that the Father gives me will come to me, and whoever comes to me, I will never drive away. For I have come down from heaven, not to do my will, but to do the will of him who sent me. And this is the will of him who sent me, that I shall lose none of all that he has given me, but raise them up on the last day. For my Father's will is that everyone who looks to the Son and believes in him shall have eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day." Look. So the echo in Mark chapter 1 was, what is this? The people saw this thing on the ground, and they couldn't recognize it as bread. It was bread from heaven. They went on to eat it. It was called manna, right? In Mark, and that's the story in Exodus. In Mark, Once again, the people they're receiving this teaching that's hitting them, is filling them up deep. But they don't get it, that it's the same bread. So when Jesus does a miracle and makes more bread, he tells them, that's me. That was me in the desert. I was that living bread. Or I'm the bread that comes down from heaven. And if you connect with me, you can have eternal life. Whoa. That hits deeper than deep. And I think that's really cool. What is this? It's bread. It's bread from heaven. And it's Jesus.